Welcome to Worth Coin. What if the change in your pocket could secretly make you a millionaire overnight? It sounds impossible, almost like a fantasy story told to collectors late at night. But the truth is far stranger than fiction. Somewhere out there, a simple 2013 P1 cent coin is rumored to carry a value so massive it could completely transform a life in an instant. And here's the part that should make you stop and think. This isn't some ancient treasure locked away in a museum. It's a modern coin that could still be hiding in plain sight. Imagine holding a penny that looks completely ordinary, yet could be worth up to $13 million. Yes, you heard that right. A single cent potentially valued at $13 million. A number so shocking that even seasoned collectors struggle to believe it until they see the evidence with their own eyes. Now, before you dismiss this as hype, let's dig deeper, because the story behind the 2013 P1 cent coin is filled with mystery, rare minting quirks, and the kind of hidden details that turn everyday objects into legendary collectibles. And trust me, you're going to want to stay until the end of this, because the next coins we're about to uncover later in this series will make this one look almost ordinary. And that's not an exaggeration. The year 2013 might not seem special at first glance, but in the world of coin collecting, even the smallest variation can mean the difference between face value and a life-changing discovery. And the Philadelphia Mint, marked by the P, produced billions of pennies that year, most of which are still circulating today, passing from hand to hand without a second thought. But hidden among them are rumored ultra-rare variants, coins struck under unusual conditions, coins with microscopic errors, coins that slipped through quality control at just the right moment to become something extraordinary. One of the most talked about possibilities is a transitional error, where the metal composition or dye used during minting wasn't what it was supposed to be, creating a coin that technically shouldn't exist. And when something isn't supposed to exist but does, collectors pay attention, serious attention, because rarity like that doesn't just attract interest, it creates bidding wars. Picture this: a collector examining a jar of old coins inherited from a relative, casually sorting through pennies, when suddenly something catches their eye. The shine looks different, the weight feels slightly off, the strike is sharper than usual, and after careful inspection and professional grading, it turns out to be one of those elusive 2013 P anomalies, the kind that sends shockwaves through the numismatic community. And suddenly that worthless penny becomes the centerpiece of auctions, with collectors from around the world competing for a chance to own it. And this isn't just imagination. History has shown us time and time again that coins with the right combination of rarity, condition, and story can reach unbelievable prices, especially when they capture the imagination of collectors who are always chasing the next big discovery. What makes the 2013 P penny even more intriguing is how recent it is, meaning there's a real possibility that some of these rare versions are still out there, mixed in with everyday change, sitting unnoticed in drawers, piggy banks, or even your own wallet right now. And that's what creates the thrill, the idea that anyone, anywhere, could stumble upon one without even realizing it at first. Now think about how many pennies you've handled in your life, how many you've ignored, spent, or tossed aside without a second glance, and then ask yourself, what if one of them was this coin? What if one small decision to check more carefully could have changed everything? And this is where things get even more interesting, because collectors don't just look for obvious errors. They hunt for subtle differences, slight misalignments, double strikes, off-center impressions, or even rare dye varieties that only a trained eye can fully appreciate. And these tiny details can multiply a coin's value beyond imagination. Auction houses thrive on these discoveries, and when a coin like this surfaces, it doesn't just get sold. It becomes a story, a headline, a legend that spreads across the collecting world, drawing more attention, more demand, and ultimately driving the price higher and higher. But here's the twist that keeps collectors awake at night. Not every rare coin is immediately recognized. Some sit unnoticed for years before someone finally realizes what they have. And by then, the value can be even greater because of the mystery surrounding its discovery. So as you're listening to this, maybe you're starting to feel that curiosity, that urge to check your own coins, to look a little closer the next time you get change. And that's exactly how these stories begin, with a simple moment of curiosity that turns into something extraordinary. And remember, this is just the beginning, because coming up next, there's another coin in this series that carries its own unbelievable secret, a coin that collectors whisper about but rarely see. And you won't want to miss what makes it so special, because if this 2013 penny has already blown your mind, the next one is going to take things to a completely different level. So stick with me. Keep that curiosity alive, and whatever you do, don't look at your spare change the same way ever again, because the fortune you've been dreaming about might already be in your hands, just waiting to be discovered. And if you thought this one was valuable, the next coin is even more unbelievable. Next 1-cent coin. Most people spend this coin every day without realizing it could buy a mansion. And that's exactly what makes this story so unbelievable. Because hidden among billions of ordinary pennies is another version of a seemingly common 1-cent coin that has stunned collectors with whispers of a value reaching into the millions, rumored around $6 million, a number so surreal that many people laugh it off, until they learn how coins like this have actually surfaced before under the most unexpected circumstances, turning everyday individuals into overnight sensations in the collecting world. Now pause for a second and imagine this. You're at a grocery store. You get a few coins back as change, and without thinking twice you drop them into your pocket. But what if one of those coins wasn't ordinary at all? What if it carried a hidden flaw, a minting anomaly so rare that experts would fight to own it, and you had no idea you were holding a small fortune in your hand? That's the mystery surrounding this particular 1-cent coin, a piece that appears completely normal to the untrained eye, yet could hide microscopic details that transform it into one of the most desirable collectibles in modern numismatics. And if you're already amazed, just wait, because later in this journey there's another coin, the 2006 penny, that takes rarity to a whole new extreme, and trust me, you're going to want to stay for that revelation. But first, let's unravel why this coin has captured so much attention, because unlike ancient gold coins or historic silver pieces, this is a modern mint product, something produced in massive quantities, which makes the idea of extreme value even more fascinating. And the secret lies in the minting process itself, where even a tiny deviation can create something extraordinary, something that was never meant to exist. During production, coins are struck using dies under immense pressure, and when something goes slightly wrong, whether it's a misaligned die, a double strike, an off-metal planchet, or even a subtle composition anomaly, the result can be a coin that stands out to collectors who know exactly what to look for. And these are not always obvious mistakes. Sometimes they're so small that only magnification reveals them. Yet those tiny imperfections can mean the difference between 1 cent and millions of dollars. Now picture a seasoned collector sitting at a table, examining coins one by one under a bright light, searching for that one anomaly that everyone else has missed, and suddenly they spot it. A faint doubling on the lettering, a slight shift in the design, or a weight that doesn't match the standard specifications. And in that moment, everything changes, because they may have just found one of the rarest variants of this coin in existence. Stories like this fuel the passion of collectors worldwide, because they prove that treasures are not always buried deep underground or locked away in vaults. Sometimes they're hiding in plain sight, waiting for someone observant enough to recognize their true value. And what makes this coin even more intriguing is the speculation surrounding its origins, with some experts suggesting that a small batch may have been struck using experimental dyes or under unusual conditions, creating a limited number of coins that slipped into circulation unnoticed. And once those coins are out in the world, they can travel anywhere, passing through countless hands, blending in with ordinary change, their true identity hidden until the right person discovers them. Auction houses thrive on these moments, because when a coin like this appears, it sparks intense competition among collectors, each one hoping to secure a piece of history. And as bids climb higher and higher, the value becomes more than just a number. It becomes a symbol of rarity, discovery, and the thrill of the hunt. But here's what should really grab your attention. This coin could still be out there, right now, sitting in a jar, tucked away in a drawer, or even mixed in with your own spare change. And the only difference between an ordinary day and a life-changing discovery is whether or not someone decides to take a closer look. So the next time you come across a penny, don't just ignore it. Examine it. Feel its weight. Look at its details, because you never know what secrets it might be hiding. And as incredible as this coin already sounds, remember, this isn't even the peak of what's coming, because the next coin in this series, the 2006 P1 cent, has a story so shocking, so extreme, that it pushes the boundaries of what collectors believe is possible, and you won't want to miss it. So stay with me. Keep your curiosity alive, because if this coin can reach such unbelievable heights, the next one is going to make you question everything you thought you knew about pocket change. And if you thought this one was valuable, the next coin is even more unbelievable.